I want to tell you a story about fear. I remember as a brand new mortgage professional that in my first several months of doing business, I was afraid. I was flat out scared. I had a 90-day draw and I had a bunch of real estate agents that I was told to call on, and I didn't have any training, and I was locked in the grip of fear. And I remember this opportunity one day, probably, I don't know, a couple weeks into the business, that I watched somebody make a sales call on a real estate agent firm, and it changed my thinking forever. It didn't change my fright or the level of fear I had, but it certainly changed my level of thinking. And as I began to develop a relationship with that gentleman, what I learned is he was a serious high-performance producer. 400 families a year. He helped finance real estate, and somebody had helped him figure out the success equation. And so he went on to help me figure out the success equation. And I told him, I said, one of the things I'm worried about, and he stopped. He said, stop right there. So what do you mean? He said, you cannot use the word worry. I said, one of the things I'm worried about. Well, okay, how about one of the things I'm scared? No. He said, worry causes paralysis. Fear causes paralysis. Okay, what you need to do is not worry. What you need to do is get prepared. And he gave me something that was a real gift. He said, you could spend 30 minutes worrying about making a call, or you could spend 30 minutes preparing to make a call. And you would have two different outcomes. If you're worrying about making a call, you have call reluctance. If you're preparing to make a call, you have call excitement. He said call reluctance is based in the past, a series of events that didn't work out. In other words, you got the word no, or your call didn't go really well, and that leads to call reluctance. He said call excitement is a future event, and you don't want to give your power away to an event that hasn't happened. You don't want to be reluctant about something that hasn't happened. You want to get prepared for something that you're going to make happen. And if you understand this, and you understand that preparation is the mother lode. One of the things I love to teach people is if you practice more than you play, when you play, you will look like you've practiced. But if you don't practice more than you play, when you play, you will look like you haven't practiced. And so I want to give you a thought process here. I want you to understand that I am passionate about helping people win. I'm passionate about helping you win. I want your best life. I want your best health. I want your wealth. I want everything that excites you about living, right? And at the end of the day, I got to tell you that according to NBC News, we spend 91% of our time worrying about things that never, ever happen. 9% of what we worry about does happen. The 9% that we worry about, if it's big stuff, let's get prepared for it, okay? It's interesting, too, that in that same search I did this morning, we waste 7 years of our life worrying about our sleep, our health, and surprisingly, our phone battery. Go figure, right? So I want to have you understand something. I want you to understand that practice before performance is the high performance skill of winners. There's not a football team, a hockey team. There's no professional sports team. There's no human being that is a super high performance athlete that doesn't practice more than they play. And so my encouragement to you is prepare. I know that sounds simple, right? But over prepare. Be ready for the situations that arise. Be prepared to be your best version of you. If you're going to level up and call on people that you've never called on, if you're going to call, more successful people in hopes of a relationship, get prepared, get referred. Do you realize if you were referred into a new relationship, that about 90% of the worry you would otherwise have goes away? And so get referred. If I can get referred and I can be prepared, think about the outcome that I'm able to create. So this is heavy on my heart today because I don't want you to spend your life worrying about stuff that never happens. I want you prepared for the things that you want to make happen, and I want you to go for it because only then do you get your best life, okay? We're here to help you win, man. Just wanted to send this message out to you today. Thanks a lot.